Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are Your Bourbon Journey.
Welcome to another tasting episode of Your Bourbon Journey. Today we have 3 bottles in front of us. By 15 Stars, this year they have released the First West series. I became familiar with 15 Stars originally in 2024 at the Bourbon Women's Symposium. They were pouring for us there and I thought, wow, this is really good stuff. But for us, it was a little bit pricey at that time. Fast forward 1 year, and they were again back at Bourbon Women's Symposium in 2025, and they had released this series, which is a little more affordably priced. Today, we've decided we're going to taste all 3 of these and let you know if we think these are worth the price points. To start with, I'll share a little bit about 15 Stars Company and the first bottle that we will be tasting. Father and son, Rick and Ricky Johnson, they were the family behind a gourmet specialty popcorn called Black Jewel Popcorn. But while working the popcorn, they came to know and grow several unique heirloom and proprietary corn varieties, including a rare black corn. So they decided they would try distilling it. Hence, now we have 15 Stars. They named it 15 Stars because Kentucky was the 15th state admitted into the Union in 1792 and became the 15th star on the United States flag. First West was used for this series because in the late 18th century, Kentucky was also considered the American Western frontier. The First West small batch bourbon, which is a blend of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys. The mash bill includes a portion of the 15 Stars own distillate made from proprietary red, white, and blue heirloom corn, and the remainder is sourced. It is a blend of 5, 6, and 7-year-old whiskeys. It is flavor proof to 102. The MSRP and the price we paid is $59.99. It was released in July, and we found the bottles in October at High Spirits Liquor in Evansville, Indiana. The glass on the bottles is blue, and that goes back to an historic blue bottle that was used regularly in Kentucky back in the 1800s. So I think the bottles are gorgeous.
They are.
Let's start out with their small batch, and it is coming in at $60. It's got a nice nose smell. They've been working with Bardstown Bourbon Company to get their brand launched. A lot of companies do that. And so these first 2 have some of their own distillate that have aged enough to be in there. When we get to the last one, that's going to be all sourced because they don't have anything that old yet.
Right. I think a traditional nose on this. Caramel, there's baking spices, vanilla.
I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness on this.
Okay.
I'm getting some light legs forming, not a lot.
They do have some pretty good legs on it.
Well, let's go ahead and give the small batch a taste.
So, cheers to the small batch. Cheers.
Cheers. The nuttiness is still a little bit present for me.
Okay, it's funny. Now the nuttiness is kicked up. Gosh, it's reminiscent to Beam in its nuttiness. It has a really good mouthfeel. There's a sweetness that is there. I wouldn't say it's confectionery sugar. It's almost like I'm getting vanilla beans.
It's very interesting. I don't know what percentage of the blend was their distillate, but I do know that their mash bill includes their red, white, and blue corn, as well as their very special black corn. They're going to have a little bit of a different profile, I would think, because they have a proprietary black corn that no one's ever used.
Interesting.
So that could be some of the nuttiness coming through for us too from the popcorn. It's got some nice sweet notes too. And a pretty decent finish for 102 proof. Now, this is basically a $60 MSRP. I think it's pretty tasty.
I get a lot of black pepper on the back. I will have to say, after tasting it, you said this is a $60 bottle. Based on what I just tasted right now, this is worth $60.
I think so.
Most definitely. I'm fairly impressed.
Let's go on to the second bottle, which is the red bottle in the middle, and it is their toasted one. So First West Toasted Oak includes, again, some of their bourbon distilled by 15 Stars at Bardstown Bourbon Company, and that is part of their proprietary red, white, and blue heritage corn and other bourbons that are not disclosed. Like the small batch, this is also a 5, 6, and 7-year-old blend, but it is 98 proof. It is $70, and we did pay $70 for this at High Spirit Liquors as well. And of course it's toasted, which means it was finished in toasted oak barrels for an undisclosed period of time. It's basically the same as the small batch, except that it's got a toasted finish.
Okay.
I love a toasted finish when it's done really well. I love it when I can get some marshmallow out of it, or at least some nice toasty notes that make me feel like it's been by a campfire. We'll see how this one is.
Definitely legs.
I'm gonna say it seems a little leggier than the first one. It could be from that extra time in the barrel of toasting it.
You can tell it's toasted.
Oh, it's got more sweetness, wouldn't you say?
Yes. This is more of a sugar. Mm-hmm. Almost like type of sugar that you'd get. It's almost like powdered sugar to me. There's this sort of...
Like confectionery?
Yeah, confectionery, but I just have images in my head of baking or putting powdered sugar over pancakes or waffles. Now, you mentioned nuttiness on the first one. I do get nuttiness on the nose here.
I have to go a little bit deeper to pick that up because the toast is taken over for me. But if I go deep in it, I get that nuttiness as well. So you can tell 1 and 2 are related.
Yes. Cheers to your toasty barrel. Cheers.
Cheers.
It lines up with the nose. Everything that I said that I was getting on the nose, I'm getting on the palate.
The toastiness and the nuttiness is turned into roasted nuts. Mm-hmm. That's really nice. That first sip, it wasn't quite as sweet as the nose. I'm gonna try again. You definitely know it's from a toasted barrel though. I'm getting a lot of barrel notes and toasted notes on that second sip.
The back of it, I'm getting a little cinnamon type as far as the heat.
I agree.
Kind of a cinnamon stick. Basically, if you grabbed a cinnamon stick out of the pantry and started sucking on it, it'd be the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty good. And the legs now, after sipping it, are really prominent.
And as it sat on my palate a bit, I initially said it wasn't as sweet as the nose, but it got sweeter on my palate as it sat there. And normally it's the opposite effect for me. Mm-hmm. Normally it starts out sweet and then starts going more savory. This one, as it sat there longer, I got more sweet notes. So now that one goes up $10. That's a $70 bottle.
Between the two, if I had to pick a favorite so far, they're both different. Is that a $10 difference? Yeah, I could justify it. When we get to 3, I might say a little bit more about it.
Okay, well, let me tell you a little bit about the white bottle, because that's the one that's called Extra Aged. The First West Extra Aged is also a blend of Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskeys. It is an 8 and 9-year-old blend, and because of the age, it does not have any of the 15 Stars distillate in it. It has been flavor proofed, that's what they like to call it, to 100, so all the proofs are a little bit different. It was also released in July with the rest of the series, and its MSRP is $80. So we've gone up $10. It was $60, $70, $80, but again, this is 8 and 9-year-old.
Right.
So that makes sense if you use the $10 a year philosophy.
And this has been sourced because this is not their own stuff.
This is not their own stuff because they don't have anything old. They have some 5-year-old, which is in these first two, but they don't have anything 8.
Okay.
And that's going to put the cost up a little bit too.
Right.
If you're getting 8 and 9-year-old sourced barrels, you're going to have to pay a little more for that, which moves our price point up that we have to pay for it.
Yeah.
This nose is a little bit different for sure. No nuttiness on this one.
There is no nuttiness at all on this, but it does have the sweet aspect that the other two have in a different way.
Some caramel notes, really sweet caramel. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like a dark caramel, it's a really sweet caramel.
I'm getting cardamom.
I was just trying to think of what the spice note I'm picking up. I was going to say nutmeg on the spices. Because it's not quite cinnamon to me. You're feeling cardamom, I'm feeling nutmeg. You can tell the spice note on here is a little bit different. Of course, we don't know the mash bill. We don't know if it's got rye in it or anything like that.
Well, I'm ready to try it. I'm sick of smelling it. So, cheers to the extra age. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, those legs are heavy. I'm getting some barrel notes on this.
It's not as sweet on the palate
as
the previous two.
You can tell it's older because it's got some barrel coming through in interesting ways.
There's not a lot of burn on it. There's not much in the back.
That's interesting.
I've got to try this again.
As far as the nose to palate goes, I would say this one isn't quite the same. The first two really match the nose on the palate. This one's a little different on the palate because I'm getting some of those barrel notes, which is going to bring some savoriness to it.
There are definitely barrel notes in the middle of the palate.
I like barrel notes. So if you're not a barrel note person, it might not be for you.
I think that it has the shortest finish of the three. Which myself, that surprises me because I would think with a little bit older bourbon that it would last a little longer. And honestly, it's cutting off.
So they're all really close in proof.
This is 102. And then this is 100. And the middle guy is 98.
98. So they're super close.
Yep. So it almost sounds like the middle guy sounds like an FM radio station. Toasty 98 FM.
That's not terrible proof. But I do feel like the finish is a little short on that. And I was disappointed in that because getting the barrel notes on the palate, I was really hoping for some of those unctuous barrel notes you sometimes get on the finish, either dark chocolate or some tobacco, things of that nature. I'm just not getting that on the finish.
What I've enjoyed about this tasting is what they currently are making, I really like. I understand them wanting to put something out and put out a little bit older bourbon, but I don't think it's a representation of the first two. It's definitely different. And if we were blinding these and trying to match them up, I think it would show. I would have to say that it doesn't line up. I wouldn't be thinking that it was First West, whereas the other two,
they seem more related.
They do. They do.
And it's got to be their distillate being in there as part of the blend. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one.
No.
It's just that these feel related and this one doesn't. So this is the first time, in my understanding of reading about what they're doing, these first two bottles is the first time any of their aging process has been in a bottle.
Okay.
So I would say that shows really well for them in the future.
It does.
Even though it's only a part of it. There are 5-year-olds in here and then they use someone else's 6- and 7-year-old. But I just have to say, it makes it distinct. And I think that's going to be really something. People are always looking for something different in the bourbon world as we're looking for things we want to enjoy. I think it's going to be interesting.
If you were only buying one of these, which one would you buy?
I might buy the small batch.
I agree. I think for the price point and the flavor, it is excellent. Now the toasted, a lot of people don't like toasted. And you can certainly tell the difference in the proof with these two guys. And it may be they may have felt that they didn't want to raise it to the same level as a small batch.
They proof it till they get to a flavor profile they like. So they don't have a proof in mind when they start. They're not saying, oh, this is going to be a 90 proof. This is going to be 100. They proof until it tastes like they want it to taste. So.
And in the third one, I probably would pass on it knowing that it really isn't the representation of the brand. If I had to pick one of the three, I've got to go with that very first one. And for the price point and everything, that's bang for your buck.
I totally agree. My reasoning might be a little different, is that I really love a toasted barrel. I feel that we have other toasted barrels on our shelves that I like better than that one. I probably wouldn't go for that one, even though I think it's quite good. The 8-9-year-old I think is also quite good. for our inventory, I have to go with the first one, not only for the value, but because it's distinctly different from anything else we have.
And it's worth grabbing. And today I will raise my glass to 15 stars in their first West series. This is your first series out there. This is hopes of a really excellent future. You have a good product, you have a good price, and it is worth the investment. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly. Today, 15 stars if you got it. First West if you got it. Cheers.
Cheers.